Hello, welcome to Rob's Wild Adventures here in our very own kitchen. Now normally I take you out and about there looking for really cool beasties, amazing behaviour, real spontaneous moments of nature that are inspiring us and inspiring hopefully you guys. But today we're a little bit closer to home. Today we're right here in our own kitchen with our own cat as well. And we are looking into the wonderful, wonderful world of one of the greatest plants in the world. These guys virtually are as cool as animals. These are the infamous Venus flytraps. And me and my brilliant little assistant E here, we are going to show you guys all about them and why they are so inspiring. Without doubt, the Venus flytrap is the world's most famous carnivorous plant, meaning this is a plant which acts just like an animal and it actually eats other animals. This isn't just any old plant that sits there photosynthesizing. These guys actually go out hunting for their own source of food and nutrients. And of course, they've evolved these incredible jaws. Aren't they beautiful? And the reason they go vividly red like this is in the sunshine, they need to protect themselves. So they build up these red pigments to protect them from direct sunshine. So almost like you're seeing, these plants have got a suntan inside their traps. But also, this is a real benefit to them because inside the traps, the redness acts like meat. And meat is the perfect lure for their main prey, which of course is flies. That's why they got their name Venus flytrap. If I go right inside this trap here, I can show you some details that you may not have seen before. If I use the light right now to go right inside this trap, if I use the backlight, right, there we go. You can see inside that trap, on those bright red pads, there are some hairs sticking up. On each side of those traps, there are 3 of those hairs. Those hairs are trigger hairs. When a Venus flytrap is sitting out here waiting for his prey, oh yeah, you can really see those triggers now, look at those. When a Venus flytrap is set up beautifully like this, wide open, waiting for his prey, he doesn't want to be randomly going off any old thing landing on him. That's why he's got these trigger hairs. Now these trigger hairs, of which there are 3 on each side, they have to be triggered twice in about 10 seconds. And there's a really good reason for that. If a raindrop falls from the sky or a bit of dust or a bit of dirt falls into one of these traps by mistake and triggers them, of course, it will be foolhardy for this trap to close. So that's why they've got these triggers, and that's why they have to be triggered more than twice in 10 seconds. So if E very carefully with the tip of the paintbrush just strokes one trigger hair once, stop, perfect, nothing happens. Try that again, honey, within 10 seconds. Bam! That is exactly what happens. Bam! So that is beautiful. Let's do it on this one as well. Oh, I just love doing this. This is quite addictive. Bearing in mind, when you see these things in garden centres, it's really tempting to do this, but you mustn't do it because A, they're not your plants and you'll get in trouble. And B, every time we trigger the Venus flytrap head to close, it's actually meaning it's going to miss its prey. Right, okay, just stroke it once. I'm ready. Once. Oh, that was 1. And second time. Oh, bam! You see that? That is evolution in action. These plants, the way that they've evolved, they've got these incredible jaws, these incredible triggers, and it's fantastic the fact that you have to trigger it twice, not once, for those traps to close. That tells me something absolutely significant, and it's this. These guys here, these aren't just silly old plants. These are thinking plants. To know that these things have evolved, this incredible mechanism whereby they don't get triggered once but twice in order to confirm that this has been triggered by prey, not just a drop of water or a bit of dust or a bit of gravel. It has to be something moving and triggering it twice in 10 seconds for it to fire, bam, and close, just like that. Let me show you something else as well that's really awesome once this trap is triggered. Boom! Here's the trap that we've just triggered with the paintbrush. Right now, those trigger hairs are waiting for more and more stimulation from that fly, if it was in there, wriggling about, stimulating those hairs over and over again. That confirms to the plant that this prey is alive. And it's definitely worth continuing with the digestion process. So what happens is, as it jiggles around inside, it stimulates it, and then what happens is they go to this stage here. So this is one that's been triggered earlier on, I assume by fly. You can see that the mesh of those jaws are absolutely closed now. Gradually what's going to happen is that they will squish together until they look like this one here, in fact, has been triggered by a crane fly. You can see all his legs sticking out, but you can see, look, he's been absolutely squished inside. So the crane fly's got stuck inside the trap, he's wiggled inside, and he's triggered those hairs to carry on squishing, and now he's totally and utterly, you can even see with the backlight, you can see the crane fly inside the trap, and his wings sticking out as well. But he's been completely and utterly compressed inside that trap. And now he's thoroughly dead. And right now, inside this trap, There are digestive juices being exuded all over that crane fly. It's literally digesting him inside this trap. But I've got one more incredible fact that I have to tell you about these guys. It's going to blow your socks off. This one more fact is even more staggering, that this incredible plant has evolved to use its brain. That it's worked out how to catch prey and how to work out the difference between prey and raindrops and things which are inanimate. And it only does these things, closes the jaws, squishes the jaws, digests with the jaws, because it's been stimulated by what would be the plant equivalent of a brain. Now this is remarkable, isn't it? But one more fact that lies in this head here is even more remarkable. I now need my gorgeous assistant, Little E, to come along and very carefully, can you put your paintbrush just in there, please, my sweet? Let me show you something. Yep, you go for it, my hon. And watch this, and again, and treat good. You see that? You saw that close like that. Of course, that's what Venus flytraps do. But the question is this: how do they close? They haven't got any muscles. So how on earth does that trap there close before your very eyes? I'll tell you why. What you have just seen before my nose, before your noses, is the fastest growth rate of anything on this planet. The Venus flytrap doesn't have muscles. It can't close and move like we humans can. It has to grow closed. Honestly, 100% true. Venus flytrap cells expand and grow faster than any other cell on the planet. The speed with which you saw it closing then was it growing closed. That was growth rate in real time before your eyes. From that, it grew closed. When it opens again, it will grow open. And progressively, as a Venus flytrap's leaves open and close, 3 or 4 times they do it in their lifetime before they're exhausted. Every time they get progressively bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. You are seeing them grow closed before your eyes. Now, if that's not remarkable, I don't know what is. Right, I better go and do my gorgeous boy his tea. Wonderful to see you all. Hope you've enjoyed the Venus flytraps as much as I have, and I'll be back with you guys soon. Cheers, guys.